And Denzel Washington said this the best. He goes, I do my best every day with both my ears to listen. And every day I find it to be a challenge.
Yeah. No, that's so good. And I just think this is such an important, I'm sorry to be pushing at it a little bit because I just think
That's all right.
I think it's like, it's your secret sauce, but for me to hear like that story about your grandmother and then like to hear that and what she said, she said, dress with presence. And that's been your lesson. And that made you the outlier. But then thank you also for sharing this whole idea because I know GQ magazine, I always read Men's Health over Women's Health. I thought Women's Health was ridiculous. Men's Health had the good stuff, right?
Oh, they did have good stuff. I still get it. Yeah.
I would prefer the men's magazines because I actually got more information that was far more interesting to me than like what, like the fluffy stuff in women's magazines. But I do believe that there was the presence. And thank you so much for sharing it, that they had confidence, that they were listening, that they were also assessing what they were hearing, and that they were analyzing, and they had a masculine force, a confidence within them. And I think that's so important for people to hear because I really truly believe that there is massive weight in that vision that we can emulate, and for men and women. And that's the reason why, bizarrely, why I'm doing this 50-day dress up challenge. And I made this up. I literally made it up because I was like, I need to get focused. I have such bad ADHD. So I was like, all right, Katie, 50 days in a row, you're going to dress up with heels and a dress, and you're going to like post it on social media. Well, I wasn't intending on posting it into social media until like day 7. But then I was like, all right, well, I got to hold myself accountable, even though by nature, I'm kind of a little bit more of an introvert. But I've been doing that, and I'm sure that there's plenty of haters, but at the same time, also, I know that I'm also serving as inspiration because I believe as you that confidence is shown in the way you show up and how you present yourself. And I think we can't underestimate the importance of showing up and being your best, no matter your age, race, religion, body shape. It doesn't matter. Every day is a new day to shine. Every day.
No, yeah, you're right. And the thing is, Kate, here's my take on that with what you're doing. If you influence one person in a positive light, you've done your job. The problem is we got a lot of negative people out there, and they're just going to be there. There's no way around it. And you know what? I really don't give a damn about those people. I really don't. I stopped caring a long time ago because it's easy to sit behind a computer and hate on someone that's active, positive. And somebody asked, like with the Embrace the Power podcast, they say, well, man, you get a lot of subscribers if you did this XYZ. But here's the thing with XYZ, that means I'd have to lower my standard.
No.
And I refuse to do that. And so I'm gonna be positive, and if you're not happy with it, well, you'll be okay. Right. It's my grandmother.
Well, the bottom line is just because you're positive doesn't mean you don't understand that hardship happens. And that's what I did a video today on it. It's like when my son Will died, I was a mess. I was on my knees. The bottom line is I was 54. My son was 22. My mom was 54 when my brother was murdered, and my brother was 22. So this was a responsibility on me that I was here to heal this grief because my mother wasn't capable. My mother had 9 children. She was a mess. She went drinking, and then she chose other ways. And I was like, God, are you serious? Because my commitment was to live powerfully.
Absolutely.
With courage and enthusiasm. And if I had to do grief like that, I was like, God, you got a sense of humor. You really do. And I remember the day I woke up and I was like, my son's gone. And I was just emotional about this today. And I can either choose to roll up in a ball, or I can get up and show people the mess of grief and the beauty of it and continue to live in the grace of his memory. He was an amazing human. And who am I to play small?
No. Nope. And you got to and you really have to stand down and look at, stand up and look at what you have left and what you're going to bring to the table, because your story is going to impact and maybe save somebody else. And, and being transparent. And I think so many people hide behind their grief on a regular basis. But, with that,
we're going to have a whole episode on that, because one of the reason why I wrote Claim Your Inner Warrior is because I wrote an article about how men express grief and loss. And I got so many people reaching out, so many dudes saying, man, Katie, you were talking directly to me. And I'm like, really?
Yeah. You'll be surprised. And Oh, and funny you said that. Is a couple years ago on Twitter, I posted something. I don't know. It was something this guy wrote and said, "Hey, I just want you to know." And I wish I could have find that tweet because it caught me off guard. He goes, "I just want to let you know you saved my life today." He goes, "I was scrolling on social media and I wanted to end my life, and you posted this thing, and it was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago." And he goes, "And I just wanted to let you know after reading what you posted and then the video you posted, I decided not to take my life, but to change my life." I didn't even know what to say. It caught me so off guard. But in a way, it was like God saying, "Hey, man, just post it." And I was catching grief from people going, "Why are you posting that stuff?" And that message after that, I've been a different person about everything I do now, with social media and a lot of other things. But with that being said, Kate, it's been a great show today. We've knocked it out of the ballpark, and hey, as always, hey, we'll be at the same bat time, same bat station again. And I appreciate you, girl, always. And you know what? We're just gonna keep it rolling.
Right. And thank you. And Vince, I want to thank you and being patient with me as I dig in to your psychology, because I think that sometimes when we are the speaker and when we are the person that is the light and bringing the message, that sometimes it's important that we also let others dig in and figure out your secret magic. Because I just had so much curiosity about your story, and I'll never forget your story. I'll never forget you on a meat scale. That's a visual.
That is a visual, And guys, and everybody out there, it's always your corner that you live in is what you make your corner to be. And as the Germans say, the Ecke means that where you surround yourself with and how you sit there, you can either put your face to the wall or you can sit outward and see the room. With that being said, we'll talk to you later.